confirmed. Declan Rice has returned to Portugal. Has returned from Portugal to London to prepare for his Arsenal announcement. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Smash the like button close to 500 times because it's a big story after the announcement of Jurrien Timber tonight, and Arsenal are preparing to announce Declan Rice today. So as it stands, you guys should really get to know that it is really coming to the Declan Rice day. Whether it's going to be tomorrow or not, but in the next couple of days, Declan Rice is going to be announced as a player for Arsenal. Though Sky Sports still alleges that there is something still blocking this announcement, that West Ham have gone ahead not to really receive signed papers from Arsenal, but all I know, Fabrizio Romano confirmed us that all papers have been signed by the West Ham side to it that they get this deal over the line. So the other story we are talking about, do you know the referee who's going to be in charge of Arsenal versus Man City? That is the Charity Shield on the 5th of August. I'm coming here to bring you that story here onto the United Matters, on the Rokani Media Football. And lastly, Jurrien Timber has gone ahead and reflected a little bit onto what is expected to be his playing position, especially while he's at Arsenal, and he has gone ahead to reveal to us how he discussed it with Mikel Arteta, and obviously how he's going to pan up or really integrate into that team of Arsenal. So those are the three stories we are going to bring you on this channel. So continue to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that you do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Let's start it off with Declan Rice. Declan Rice has touched down London, and this is a story being reported by the Arsenal correspondent for the Evening Standard, meaning that is being briefed in by the club of Arsenal, known as Simon Collins, has told us that Declan Rice, now back in UK, as he and Arsenal finalize move ahead of US tour. Timber also due to be done before Arsenal fly on Sunday. Now, obviously, this story was put out before Jurrien Timber was announced, but today Arsenal have gone ahead to announce Jurrien Timber as their second signing of the summer. That is official after Kai Havertz. But for Declan Rice, he has been in Portugal for some time, and I think most of you got sight of these photos, right? There he was with Rafael Leao, that is Declan Rice. He has been in Portugal, and there he is with Bruno Fernandes, and this is Cancelo, Declan Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leao. They've been at a certain private training facility in Portugal known as the campus, and he comes, as you see him there, trying to do the needful and obviously train at that site. Now one will ask me that, Rokani, how did he do the medical? Now let me give you the synopsis of this. When Declan Rice finished the game of England, I think it had been North Macedonia by 7-0. Declan Rice's family had already boarded for Portugal. He went there and joined them. That's where he really did his pre-season. And as Arsenal was here planning to get the deal over the line and really agree a deal with West Ham, he was still in Portugal. Now, when West Ham went ahead to really give him green light to come out and obviously do the medical with Arsenal, he flew back to London, did the medical. I brought you even the video when he's with the son of Mark Noble in London at his home. Then after doing the medical, he flew back to Portugal, where he was still having his holidays with his family. So he has flown back to England for the second time, so to it that he prepares for his flight with Arsenal to the US, because Arsenal on Sunday is flying to the US, and they're really having some good fixtures to play over there. So Declan Rice is going to be part of that Arsenal team that is going to be playing in the US. And remember, today is the 14th, so 6 days from now, that's when Arsenal is going to play its first game in the US. It's going to be MLS All-Stars versus Arsenal, and Wayne Rooney is going to be the manager to really manage the MLS All-Stars. Then After that, Arsenal will play Manchester United on the 23rd, then play Barcelona, and then obviously leave that side and fly back to London to play one game in the Emirates Cup final against Monaco. Then the next weekend on the 6th, which is going to be the 6th, I think is going to be a Saturday or a Sunday, where they're going to take on Manchester City. So he has a reason to return early to see to it that he boards with Arsenal on Sunday, and that shows you that he is already an Arsenal player. When you look at the pages of West Ham are already back into their pre-season training, and tomorrow they are going to play Perth Glory, and obviously Declan Rice is not part of them. They are already training. When you look at their page, Gerard Bowen is back, and very many other players are really back training with the club of West Ham. The Paquetas of this world are really back, and Declan Rice is not part of them, and it shows you that he's already a player of Arsenal. And if I told you he wasn't a player of Arsenal, then why wouldn't he not be with West Ham right now? So it shows you exactly that he's not a player of West Ham anymore, and he's a player of Arsenal. But he is in London ready to get unveiled as an Arsenal player and then board with Arsenal on Sunday. And I think that maybe tomorrow might be the day that Arsenal are going to announce the deal of Declan Rice, as they've gone ahead to announce the deal of Jurrien Timber today. So we wait and see whether the return of Declan Rice from Portugal to London today is all about his announcement of Arsenal. And his return has gone ahead to obviously raise a lot of attention to Arsenal fans, and that's why I decided to bring this story over to you such that you guys get to know more about it. So that is about Declan Rice, and his announcement is imminent according to sources coming in from England. Those Sky Sports has gone ahead to put out a story today that they don't believe that a deal is going to be announced because papers have not been received by West Ham signed by Arsenal. So that is it, coming in from Simon Collins, the correspondent of Arsenal. And let's go directly into the Jurrien Timber story again. Timber has been unveiled as an Arsenal player today, for all you've not had known it. Shirt number 12 that William Saliba was putting on last season is one that has been given to Jurrien Timber, and Saliba is putting on shirt number 2. Now, after some of the quotes he really brought up that I really showed you into the video that I did earlier, he has some other stories. Went ahead to obviously really tell us, and this is what he had to really tell us as things stood. Now, on his preferred position, because most of you have been asking yourselves, what is his preferred position? And for that, I'm having one of the Arsenal fans known as Damien Nicole breaking down. He's asking me to break down how that Jurrien Timber, Kai Havertz, Declan Rice are going to line up at Arsenal, and I think by tomorrow I'm going to start throwing into those videos. I promised them here for some long time, and they've not really shown up. But today, Jurrien Timber has gone ahead and told us about his preferred position at Arsenal. He said, for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm lucky to say that I can play as a central defender, as a right back sometimes, even in the midfield. So I think that's a good thing, and I need to keep that. So he concluded on this and said, Arteta says the same thing, so we're on the same page. I spoke to him a couple of times before I came here. Obviously, we had some good conversation. So Timber has gone ahead and obviously added one more position, because most of you thought that he can only play as a right-sided centre back, a left back, and a right back. But he has gone ahead and said that he can also play into the central midfield, and that is what we call getting in the right player in the right period of time. Because if you are Arsenal, you'll always want to be having versatility as one of those qualities in 70% of your players that you have on the field of play. Why? Last season, if Arsenal had versatility in its squad, they wouldn't have found themselves in a position of really losing it out when Saliba got injured and Tomiyasu. You know, if at all Arsenal had just one injury out of the two, it wouldn't have gone ahead to affect them, because even if Saliba would have gotten injured and Tomiyasu stayed fit, Mikel Arteta would have shifted Ben White into the central defense, and Tomias would have gone ahead to play as the right back of Arsenal. But they got to injury blows on the same night when they are playing Sporting Lisbon, where they were knocked out by that team in penalties after Martinelli missed out his penalty kick. So, in areas where they had versatility, like that of Thomas Partey, when he was injured, Jorginho came through and got the job done. Look at the centre forward role when Jesus was really injured. Trossard came in through and obviously get the job done. He led the line sometimes and obviously gave them the best vibe that they really deserved. So that shows you exactly what that was all about, and it brought in loads and loads and loads of vibes that most of you really got to know about. So to me, I really anticipate that lots of stuffs are really going to happen here, and Jurrien Timber is a very good addition to that Arsenal squad, because even when you lose a player in the midfield, he can come in through and play as a midfielder. He can play in the left back position, like the situation that Arsenal faced last time. Jurrien Timber would have been brought in through to play as a right-sided centre back. Then Ben White be maintained as a right back. So that is the beauty of everything that is being done that side, and I think Arsenal fans should be jubilating over this guy's presence, because he's going to do wonders into that Arsenal side. So we wait and see how he's going to train with Arsenal. I believe that tomorrow he's going to be training with Arsenal, and then he'll travel with Arsenal to the US. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But has told us that he can play literally 4 positions into that Arsenal team. So we wait and see how that really pans out. And now, lastly, on the 6th of August, Arsenal is going to be playing what we call the Community Shield. And the 6th of August is going to be a Sunday. Not so? It's going to be a Sunday, and that's when Arsenal is going to be playing that big game that opens what we call the season 4. It's the eye-opener for the season of 2023-2024. And as we speak right now, we are now some 3 weeks away from that game. Are they even 3 weeks? Add 17 days, that is 31st. 3 weeks left for Arsenal to tussle it with Man City. And now, guess who the referee has been appointed to take on this game? The referee is known as Stuart Outwell, and he has been described as the best or the worst referee to ever coming through to really officiate Arsenal games. But he's going to officiate this game that is really so much important for Arsenal fans. And I think if at all you see your face, you can if at all you see his face, you can obviously reminisce exactly what game he really officiated, and Arsenal found themselves in a position of losing almost all of it. Now, when you look at his stats against Arsenal, Stuart Atwell, he has gone ahead to officiate 19 games. Arsenal has won 8, they've drawn 6, and they've lost 5. So, looks like they've not even won half of the games. Stuart Atwell has gone ahead to be a man behind that, to be behind the officiation of those games. So, that leads us to what we call, how many yellow cards has he gone ahead to issue to Arsenal? 41 yellow cards, right? And I think one red card has been offered by Stuart Atwell to the player of Arsenal. So, as it stands, Stuart Atwell is the referee that's going to take on Arsenal versus Man City. So your thoughts onto the referee Stuart Atwell taking on Arsenal versus Man City are welcome in the comment section below. And obviously, do you think Arsenal will win the game or not? Let's try to make our early predictions, as you guys have been given one of the worst referees that you'll ever see officiating your games. And then, what do you make about Jurrien Timber talking about his preferred position at Arsenal, and Declan Rice returning to London ahead of his announcement by Arsenal that is highly anticipated tomorrow? So I sign out for now. See you later. Rokani David remains my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. I sign out. Ciao ciao to the Muslim friends. Juma Karim, and may Allah protect you abundantly. Ciao ciao.